Star, other NFL news. The NFL is going to look into the Zeke Elliott Las Vegas incident. And here's my thoughts on it. I think he is going to get suspended because this is Roger Goodell we're talking about. And this is not Zeke's first time. Now, he's had some small things that have happened here or there. He was suspended for 6 games. Roger Goodell will suspend you for anything, and he does it based on his own choosing. He does it based on his own choosing. It's not, I don't think this goes to a committee. I think this goes on the desk of Roger Goodell, and he decides what he does or does not want to do. Shout out to KC in the building. So it's going to be interesting to hear, but I think he is going to get suspended at some point for a certain amount of games. I don't know how many, but I do think it's going to happen. The Cowboys are also excited about Tristan Hill, the new defensive tackle, and they're saying he is maturing. He's only been there, a month or so. But more power to the kid. If he is able to bring in some depth and possibly start on this defensive line, I think it would be huge. All right, so I got to read some of the comments here in response to Chris Bouchard saying that Steph Curry is better than Iverson. Maceo Hurd, shout out to Maceo Hurd in the building. Thank you for tuning in. I know, and this is for everybody, I know that I'll blow up your phones, your instant messenger, and I text you when the show goes live because I want as many people as possible to join in. That's what makes it fun. That's what makes it interactive. And that's what makes this a podcast, an interactive podcast. So I appreciate you, Maceo Hurd. He said that's laughable. Curry is more than a shooter, says Courtney. Antoine says, hell no. Iverson carries scrub to the final. Curry is a shooter. A-Trap says absolutely not. AI will kill the league now, says D. Great. I think AI over Steph all day and twice on Sundays. Iverson was a better defender, 5 chips in 10 years. This is the greatest strength, and he is the best at it, but he has handle, can take it to the hole and finish. Yeah, I don't agree with that at all. And I think that was just clickbait and to get people talking. But Bouchard has been controversial as of late because him and KD been going at it. He says he has messages from KD on Twitter, but he will not release them. I don't know, but I do know, and maybe this is just me being an old man, get off my lawn type situation. But AI, I'm talking, when you talk about the player, AI is a better player, all-around player than Steph. Period. AI versus Steph convo is closer than people thinks. Curry gets so disrespected sometimes. I just don't get it, says Courtney. Curry needs space. AI don't need space. And I'm not being disrespectful to Steph. I'm just saying, if you look at both of their games, AI is a better all-around player, I think. But it's a good conversation to have. It's definitely a good argument to have. It's definitely a good barbershop conversation to have and to argue back and forth because everybody has their own opinions and their different points. But Chris Bouchard, I think, is slipping with that quote. But that's his thoughts. That's his opinion. And everybody has their own opinion. So there you go. Also, breaking news as of right now, Arizona State has hired Marvin Lewis. The ex-Bengals head coach will join Herm Edwards on the staff as a special advisor. I think that is great. What better way to mature young men and to help them reach the next level than to have a former NFL coach, someone that's been in the league for a while, someone that can truly share with these kids and give them and help them be mature, help them at that next level. I think that's great. I'm 100% all in. You got Herm Edwards and Marvin Lewis on your coaching staff. How would you, if you're trying to get to the league, and maybe you're not a 5-star, but you're a high 4-star, I would go to Arizona State. Even if I'm a 5-star, I may go to Arizona State because of that experience. And I think those kids may be on the beginning of being a part of something great. And I think Marvin Lewis was going to get another job. I thought it was going to be like an NFL assistant, but going to Arizona State with Herm Edwards, I think that's amazing. And A-Trap agrees. He said, I saw that. Awesome. Yeah, Marvin Lewis, I wasn't the biggest fan of his, but he had a lot of respect in Cincinnati, and now he's moving on to the next chapter. So we'll see what happens. But I think anything he can add into those young men's lives is going to be a benefit. Also, another rest in peace to Bill Buckner. He died at 69 of dementia. I want to talk about the positive first. He had a 289 average, 174 home runs, 498 doubles, a one-time All-Star in 1981. He was a contact machine 453 times in 10,033 plate appearances. But he is well known for, which we all know what I'm about to say, 1986 World Series. He committed the infamous error for the Red Sox, and the Mets end up moving forward and winning the Game 7. That was in Game 6. The Mets end up winning Game 7. He's been taunted ever since that day. He stayed away from the Red Sox organization for a long time. He did come back, I believe, in 2005 or 6. But rest in peace to him. Rest in peace to him. So Bill Buckner passed away this weekend as well. Bart Starr passed away this weekend. On a positive note in Major League Baseball, Trevor Story. If you don't know who Trevor Story is, go look it up. But he is the fastest shortstop ever to 100 career home runs. That's in 448 games. He surpasses the great A-Rod, a.k.a. A-Royd, for the record that he started in 1998. So shout out to Trevor Story. Antoine says that will definitely be recruiting boost for Arizona State. I agree with you right there. Stanley Cup Finals going on. The Bruins, rallied to win Game 1 over the Blues. Also, we had other sporting events from this weekend. Indy 500, Simon Pagenaud earns the first career win of the iconic Indy 500. Also, let's go over the college basketball news real quick. We got 2 minutes left in the show. Put your Benny Award winners in the chat room. Coming up next, like I mentioned, we got A-Trap B into the bench. Make sure to tune in and join in. Quality show, dope opinions. It's definitely worth listening. So there's a 5-star athlete, college basketball, R.J. Hampton. He is turning down offers from Kansas, Memphis, and Texas Tech, and he will be going to the Australian National Basketball League. He is not going to college. His dream was to not go to college, so I salute this kid. Do what works best for you. Also, LeBron James Jr. with a chase down block in one of his games this past week or weekend. So shout out to Bronny. My Benny Awards go to veterans. that have died in the line of duty. That's what Memorial Day represents. So thank you to all of those lives. Kawhi and the Raptors. Jay Morant with a huge deal. Also Trevor Story, the fastest to 100 home runs. Courtney is in agreement with me. Also Antoine is as well. Have a good rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your week. I'll be back on Friday with the BS3 Sports Show. So God bless, God is love. Stay tuned in to HRB End of the Bench. I'm out. Peace.